Hey, Battle Bill, here with another video, getting into some more Great League Go Battle League battles. And today, as we're coming towards the end of Great League, there's still some move updated Pokemon for Season 8 Go Battle League that we are going to be testing. And today, we're gonna give Toxicroak with Poison Jab instead of Counter a try, and to see if it's a potential upgrade or if it's a potential equal to give Toxicroak some variety, or if it's just a definite downgrade in some Great League Go Battle League battles. Now, with Poison Jab, with Season 8, it got an upgrade or a buff to the amount of damage it did. So now there's one less damage than Counter, but it generates the same amount of energy as Counter. So they're very close moves. Both of them get stabbed because Toxicroak is a poison and fighting type. And with Counter, you're super effective against rock, ice, steel. I'm probably missing something in there. And then with Poison Jab, we're specifically going to be super effective against fairy and grass. So depending on what's meta in Great League, running into a bunch of Charmers or running into a bunch of Galarian Sunfisks, you might want to run Poison Jab on Toxicroak. So we have a submission from Snots420. I'm greatly appreciative. He got me these battles really early. It took me a while to get through some submissions and just getting out the YouTube content, but I promise you, content that's coming back and it's coming in full force. I'm just going to be spamming videos out there until the YouTube algorithm has no choice but to get me back in there. But regardless, please help me. Drop a like, a follow. No, you don't follow on YouTube. A comment, subscribe. That's how removed I am from YouTube, that I've got these things all backwards. But regardless, let's get into these battles and let's see how Poison Jab Toxicroak performs. So getting into this first matchup, we have Toxicroak on Medicham, and with Poison Jab now, instead of it dealing resisted damage against the Medicham, it's dealing neutral damage, but it is dealing, again, a little bit less damage, but he decides to still swap out this matchup. I don't know for sure on how the matchup would go between Poison Jab Toxie and Medicham. Toxicroak definitely wants to have to shield a Psychic in that situation, so he decides to safe swap into Mandibuzz. So he put a very good team behind this Poison Jab Toxicroak with the likes of Mandibuzz and Melmetal to give some thickness and some spamminess, and we're going to see overall how it performs along with Toxicroak and Poison Jab. The opponent decides to stay in this matchup with their Medicham, and Snots is able to get to another Aerial Ace, which will either take out the remaining health or threaten that last shield. So I'm feeling like they're really weak to Medicham. They're really weak to Mandibuzz if they're staying in this matchup the way they are doing. He's deciding to shield here. I'm a little concerned with the shield only because, oh, never mind. They had thrown so much. Ooh, that was a huge misplay. They were throwing so much damage, or they were throwing so many counters. They should have been at 2 Ice Punches, or at least close. I wouldn't have shielded just in case they got to another one. It would have forced Bolt Shields. But that was a very questionable play, especially throwing the Psychic the way their opponent did. But now they come with an Umbreon, and this is, Counter is also super effective against Dark. Counter is just super effective against more stuff, but I do feel like even though it's a typing downgrade with Poison Jab, depends on what's showing up the most in the meta. So at least here he has a second fighting option against something like Umbreon in the form of Melmetal superpower. So he's going to take a couple foul plays here. He still has a shield, can double these superpowers up. I don't think this is going to take out the Umbreon, but it's going to get it really low, and then can maybe come in with Toxicroak to farm down with Poison Jab still, because even though it's neutral damage, Toxicroak still will have a positive matchup against Umbreon. The opponent decided to swap, so he now goes into his Toxicroak, match the Politoed, and thankfully he has a shield. Now, hopefully, he's able to get to the Sludge Bomb before they get to another Weather Ball, because that Weather Ball is going to hurt. Just gets there in time. Might have been a CMP tie. I don't think the Sludge Bomb is going to take out the Politoed, but it gets it really low. It was a CMP tie. Look at Battle Bill knowing his math. This Weather Ball will take out the Toxicroak. Does Melmetal have enough health to Thunder Shock down and superpower the Umbreon for the dub? What a first match. Beautifully played by Snots, and he's able to take it with a sliver of HP left on his Melmetal. Now, I don't think Poison Jab Toxicroak had any real, maybe it had a little bit of a positive effect. That neutral damage on Medicham was solid, and the one against a Venusaur, more neutral damage. So you know what? As much as Counter could be super effective against a lot of stuff, it's also helping him deal neutral damage against things that Counter would not be dealing neutral damage against. The opponent then safe swaps into Sableye. They catch a Mud Bomb, but he has a great counter for the Sableye, and Mandibuzz will do well against Frenzy Plant. So he's sitting in a great spot here, going to spam these foul plays. Gets the Sableye really low. I would probably just tank a return at this point and then snarl all the way down, and it looks like Snots has the same idea here. So let's see how this ends up playing out, and let's see what they decide to bring in to face the Mandibuzz. Waiting for that switch timer to run out. I'm assuming that's what their opponent's doing. And they have a Bastiodon. So this is a position where we don't really want to have counter, unfortunately. So he's going to be able to spam these foul plays. They're doing very minimal damage against the Bastiodon. He still has Melmetal, though, and can still deal that super effective damage there. He probably needs to let his Mandibuzz go down, get smacked down. Smack down. Say that 10 times fast. And then go into Melmetal and maybe double superpower. Get both shields potentially, and then oh, he just goes into the Toxicroak. Okay, not necessarily how I would have played it. They're going for the flamethrower here. He's gonna shield. Good call on the shield there. Mostly because these, oh, they swapped. Wait, oh no, the opponent gave you a chance there. Oh, I think he still has a chance. He'll definitely still resist these Frenzy Plants, so not sitting in a terrible spot. But I definitely think having Toxicroak on the Venusaur is better, and then being able to spam potential superpowers of the Bastiodon would have been better. I'm guessing the opponent was assuming he had counter, which is why they swapped immediately. So they obviously, you know, based on the assumption, they made a misplay. So it's also a potential positive thing to run different moves, because again, opponents will assume and make mistakes based on the assumption. So now he's not sitting in a bad spot. Now the Venusaur was able to farm him down, but with this neutral Poison Jab, he will be able to Poison Jab the Venusaur all the way down. Whereas with counter, he might not have been able to do that, and he should be able to throw a Mud Bomb, which is still going to be super effective against a Bastiodon and take out the remaining health. So even though it didn't play out exactly how I would have recommended, it still worked perfectly because Poison Jab actually, you know, seems to be working here and seems to be doing a little bit better. You let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe counter would have been equally fine and Poison Jab set him back. But I don't think Poison Jab set him back. And Poison Jab, another situation where Poison Jab would have dealt neutral damage and counter would have been resisted. So I guess even though counter deals super effective in a lot of other spots, Poison Jab can at least deal neutral in spots where it would have been resisted. So he save swaps in the Melmetal, which is a bit of a sketch save swap just because Talonflame is going to be dealing super effective damage here. I probably just would have went into your main save swap and Mandibuzz and hope that they decided to just stay in, because now you need to double shield just to get off a Rock Slide again to potentially get the other shield, and I don't think it's possible. I think the Incinerate is going to go completely through before he's able to get off another Rock Slide, which would be a bit unfortunate, and this Incinerate is going to kill because it's double buffed, so it makes sense. Now Talonflame is really boosted, so Talonflame is giving his team comp a hard time. I really, again, like I said, I would have definitely just been safe and gone straight into Mandibuzz here. Definitely don't want to swap a Steel type into a Fire type, but these mistakes happen. We just got to learn from them and get into the next match. So this is probably going to be a Brave Bird. It's really going to hurt. It's double boosted. Oh, they Flame Charge. I'm surprised. They should have definitely just went for the Brave Bird, I guess, because they're going to get off 2 Flame Charges and they don't want to debuff themselves. But like the Talonflame is dead regardless. So Toxie can come in, farm down. Thankfully, Incinerate didn't go through. You don't see Toxicroak doing too hot against his back line. And this is definitely a spot where you want the counter, because with the counter damage and the Mud Bomb, might have been able to actually take out the Melmetal and potentially have a chance against whatever the Pokemon is in the back. Here, he does resist all damage. So this is, yeah, 100%. This is a match where you want counter and not Poison Jab, because these Poison Jabs are being double resisted and he's going to get double super powered here. So very unfortunate that he had this moveset. Question becomes, what is their last Pokemon? Hopefully he plays this out, because I'm quite curious. He's over farming to try and give himself a chance. There's not too many things that one Mud Bomb is going to kill in the Great League meta. The last Pokemon is a normal type. Yeah, you definitely want a counter. Very unfortunate. Poison Jab definitely held him back here, but again, helped him in the last 2 matches. So. Poison Jab Toxicroak confirmed OP against Invisible Superior. I don't know what that was, but you know, good old Niantic and no battle lag. For Alligator is quite the choice, but again, these are some early battles, and these were early on in the season. Snots did his battles really early, like first day, testing out Poison Jab Toxicroak to get me the content. It was just me that took a little while to get the submission through for YouTube. But again, situation, Poison Jab dealing super effective damage, so he'll sit in a pretty solid spot. And then ran into a Feraligatr, which was very interesting. So let's see how this ends up playing out. He gets off another Rock Slide. He's going to leave this with Switch and Shield Advantage. Superior comes back in. Going to try and farm down. Just able to. Does have to worry a little bit about the Aerial Aces, but the Superior has no shields. Aerial Ace technically won't kill Toxicroak here because it's such a bad move. So he's safe to not shield that. They almost stayed in. They almost caught a potential move from the Toxicroak, but he's able to swap to match their Altaria swap and is sitting in a very good position. This is definitely Mandibuzz is going to take out the Altaria, even if this was a no shield situation. Even if they had, well, if they had Moonblast, maybe not. But he still has a shield. He used it there just in case the potential Moonblast. He was a little worried, but should be able to get to another Foul Play before they get to a Moonblast, and should hopefully take them out. And even if they don't, as long as he gets to the Foul Play, he will. Ooh, this is gonna be close. This is gonna be close. Did the bait come back to cost him? Did I jinx this match ahead of time? Nope, it's only a Sky Attack. All right, very nice. I don't think they would have gotten to the Moonblast before he gets to the Foul Play anyway, so they need to get off the damage that they could get off, and this is definitely going to be a GG. He can go into his Toxicroak Superior, comes back in, Sludge Bomb is going to one-shot. This might have been a match where counter would have been just equally as fine, but Toxicroak Poison Jab, pretty OP against the Superior. Definitely scared it out. And that's now what, 3-in-1 set. Only one match where we really want to counter. We're getting to what is this going on in this game? It's not. Next time this happens, you need to reset. I don't know what the heck happened here. Definitely whenever you run into this, reset and come back. But this opponent doesn't realize Toxicroak is dealing super effective poison jabs, and they're staying in a matchup that's way worse than usual. They could throw a superpower and energy ball here. Toxicroak resists all this. This is not a shift tree where it has access to like Hurricane. Superpower does hurt, but he's able to poison jab it all the way down, win the no shield very comfortably. They come in with a Galvantula. He throws perfectly on the second Volt Switch. Gonna get to the Sludge Bomb here. This gets a shield. They're gonna get Volt Switch down, but he does have a Melmetal, which is going to do well against Galvantula. Now, they need to throw Discharge here because it's going to deal neutral damage. They could go for the Lunge debuff, but that's not going to be beneficial. The super effective Rock Slides are going to hurt regardless. They probably throw the Lunges now, though, because the Snots has no choice but to shield with his Melmetal to make sure that this Galvantula stays away from his Mandibuzz. But even if they get to 2 Lunges and double debuff, oh, they have to discharge to be safe anyway. But even if they got the 2 Lunges, it wouldn't have mattered because of the fact that the Melmetal Rock Slide would have been super effective in taking out the Galvantula even debuff. So this is going to take out the Galvantula. The last Pokemon is a Lapras. So it was a solid heads-up swap so that the Lapras couldn't get any farm. And I think Mandibuzz, even though it's taking super effective damage from the Ice Shards on Lapras, is just way too thick to be too worried about this matchup. Should be able to Foul Play and Snarl it. Might not necessarily take it down, but the Melmetal has a little bit of health. But then again, he does still have a shield. So shields 1 Surf, probably lets him get to another Foul Play and win this match. So let's see how this ends up playing out. Yeah, he's at the Foul Play now. They're going to get to a charge move. You just shield this, throw your Foul Play Mandibuzz. Gets a 4-in-1 set, only running into 1 match. Ah, overtapping. No! That's... Oh, that was almost a big rip. Whew! I had to hold my breath there because I was like, I already jinxed this. The Mandibuzz should not have gone down, but of course, a little bit of an overtap had to happen there just to keep it close, keep it spicy. Now, these were only 5 battles, and I appreciate Snot for submitting them to me. So very small sample size on Toxicroak with Poison Jab, but I don't necessarily think it's too much of a downgrade. Of course, with the small sample size, things looked very obvious in Poison Jab's favor, but we did definitely get good content to see where he really wanted counter. So that third match, he might have been able to sweep with Toxicroak if he had counter, so it was very unfortunate that he was running Poison Jab there. But I think it could be a side grade. I don't think it's definitely not an upgrade, but I don't think it's that like a downgrade either. I think if you build the right comp, you can have a lot of success with Poison Jab Toxicroak, and I think it's legit. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And again, if you enjoyed this new spice content, the testing out the new moves, please stick around the YouTube channel. It's greatly appreciated. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. As always, see you in the next